All right, now we're going to talk about the pen. Now, for those of you who have come from this course from the beta program and so on, this used to be called the doing column, but this is a far better name. I think it's more useful, and its terminology and just the sound of it, the pen, the holding pen, or the penitentiary, I think is more useful, because ideally the process that we want to follow when things are running smoothly, we want to pull our tickets from ready, we want to choose our ticket for today, and then we want to move it to the done column. That's the perfect flow, but life is not perfect. So sometimes there's a ticket where we're waiting for somebody else to do it, right? So we've done everything that we can. So in that case, we would need to move that ticket. Say somebody else was editing this video. I've shot it. There's nothing more that I can, but it's not finished yet. It's not done because the edits aren't done. I would have to put that in the pen because I'm waiting for my video editor to finish it. Okay, so that's one example. Another example is actually what I've got in here. Now, typically, rituals, right? Let's talk about rituals for a second. Rituals are things that you do every single day. So for me, I have a ritual which is walking. I walk Larry and George every day, and it's part of my exercise routine. I meditate each day. That's a ritual. It's not something that's actually on the calendar, and it's not something that is on the board here, because it's something that I do every day. Now, again, there are no rules. You can do something which is useful to you. But when I want to do a new habit, it's actually important enough for me to put on the board. So what I'm doing here is I'm tracking my fitness, I'm tracking the food I'm eating with MyFitnessPal for the week. Okay, so that's something that's important. Now, obviously, this is not going to be done until the week. So what I've done is, I don't know if you can see this, but I've put here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm ticking off as I do each day during the week. Now, by definition, that can't be done until the end of the week, but that's okay, because I've realized that this is something I really want to do. It's important. I want to bring focus to it. It's sitting there in the pen. I hate things in the pen. You should learn to hate things in the pen as well. In fact, when you find your pen starting to fill up, you know that's an incredible signal for you to say, hang on, something's going wrong here, right? So that is something. So I will use that to tick off. So other people I know use along the bottom of their board, if there's ritual things that they want to do, maybe it's Instagram posting each day, for example, could be one. When you're initiating as a habit, I tend to have rituals somewhere on my board because it's so important. And once they've become ingrained, I actually built a software program with John Bass, because again, if you try to track rituals in a typical to-do list or reminder app, you never look at the reminder app. So I actually had to create this app, which was super annoying, which buzzes my watch basically. Have you meditated? Have you done your Kanban board? Have you walked? Right? Because if it's not visual and in my face, I won't do it. I'll never open the app. So that's by the by. It's an aside. But doing those sorts of things is very important. Now, so that's what the pen is for. So it's anything that you're waiting on or holding on. And as I say, if you find that and when we go to retrospective, which will be next week, if you find yourself finishing up your sprint period with a lot of stuff in here, that's a great signal for us to let's diagnose why that's happening and let's make some changes. So that's one thing. One way you can reduce things going into the pen is, for example, I use this example of shooting the video if I had somebody to edit. Well, being a number one in follow through means I love a shortcut, or I love a way of gaming the system. So what I would do is I would write another ticket, which is edit the videos, and I might put that in the pen, and I might put the shoot the week 2 videos in here because I've done my part. I've shot the videos. So sometimes in the way that you create the task can eliminate things going into the pen, because you only write these tickets from the point of view of what you yourself can accomplish. Okay. What happens when something blows up and you get interrupted? So for whatever reason, something comes in and it's just got to be boom, over the top. You just can't avoid it. Well, that happens. That's life, right? Things will happen. I'm in the middle of a major launch right now, and if I get a call from my client, hi Nath, if I get a call, I have to drop everything and help him out, right? So that does happen, and if that's the case, then you may have to, take your ticket, put it back in ready, and put the task that's the emergency into the today, because that's what you've got to focus on now. However, when that happens, I want you to draw a sad face on the ticket. A sad face, because that, when we talk about the retrospective, and again, that's next week, don't worry about that now, any time that we have an interruption like that, which throws us off, we need to highlight it for our retrospective, which is a key part of the whole agile Kanban process. Again, I'll explain what the retrospective is, but for now, anytime a task is dumped on you from above, that means automatic retrospective discussion, which we'll talk about next week. But I want you to mark it with a sad face now, because here's the thing. We're designed to forget pain, and as I'm about to talk to you in the next video, if we don't mark how we feel about a particular task at the time, we're designed to forget it, and I'll explain why we're designed to forget it and all of those things in the next video, where we finally move to the the done #yay, that's an addition from my daughter, column, the done column. Woo! Next video. I hope Hello Kitty doesn't burst through my door wearing an explosive vest. That would be really super weird.